What's going on? Welcome back to Fanatic Journey. So today I want to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the current data points as well, discuss the bomb that they just dropped on the broader market. So I'm going to go over all that, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with that said, let's get right to it. So right now it is up 9.57%, $3.35 the high, even pre-market just barely touched $3.50, just shy of that. So a lot of volatility because I feel like a lot of people just do not understand what is happening. If you go on social media, people are completely in uproar. They're so happy about this. But again, I wanted to play devil's advocate, so I'll go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. As far as volume though, you do see a ton of money getting into Lucid. 50.76 million shares have been traded so far within the first 45 minutes of the trading day. 29.18 is the average. And so when it comes to it, Lucid did put out some news and as well a 8K. In this news, it just says Lucid Group announces investment of $1 billion by an affiliate of PIF, which in reality is good. Anything associated to the PIF in the past causes Lucid to go up. Peter does say in this PR that they're going to be using that funds for to ensure the gravity is on time. So I think that's kind of good. I did actually mention that in my video yesterday that Lucid does need to kind of reassure investors that the gravity is going to come out on time. Doesn't really talk on the name change or when the actual reservation is going to open, but with them starting production at the tail end of the year, you have to assume it will be coming very, very soon. But in this 8K, I feel like this is what is causing a lot of volatility because people just do not understand it. So in this document, it does show that 100,000 shares of the Series A convertible preferred stock is going to be issued. And so ultimately that is going to be dilution. So this is where it's a good thing and also it's a bad thing. Lucid needs money. I've said that time and time again, regardless of what 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗧 and Lucid has said. And turns out I've been very much accurate, but beside the point, this is going to work out to be about 278 million shares of common stock. That's what it's going to be converted at right now. There is a formula right over here that kind of shows essentially the actual conversion price. So as of right now, it does have the conversion price of $3.59. So this is where and what caused it to go up to almost $3.50 pre-market because people just saw this and got very optimistic. But of course, if you kind of look at the formula, the more Lucid does dilute in the foreseeable future because this preferred stock is good up until I think it's a good 9-10 years or something like that. So ultimately, the more Lucid does dilute, the more shares or the lower the conversion price is going to be done at. So this is where you will see probably an S document submitted very soon. That's them registering probably this 278 million shares, so they'll probably be done most likely tomorrow or in the next couple of days. But ultimately, again, if there is a lot of dilution and the stock price goes down, you will see this number go up dramatically. So that's something, again, you need to realize because this does have anti-dilution principles based on the fundamentals of this. So yes, it's a good thing for money right now. It's good the fact that they're ensuring that the gravity is going to be issued, but me playing devil's advocate, I'm actually not that big of a fan of it. And no doubtably, this is why it is going down because this is going to result in a ton of dilution. And beside the point, I did say that by Q3, they'll need about between $2 to $3 billion worth. So subtract 1 billion, they still will need to dilute probably at the beginning of Q3, tail end of Q2. So that's right around the corner. So once again, there's going to be more dilution right around the corner. And that does mean a lower conversion price as once this formula kind of factors in. So all in all, I feel like big money kind of hyped it up quite a lot. But in essence, it's not that good for Lucid. It's good in the short term, but you can kind of see this as more of a payday loan equivalent. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Shorts definitely read through a lot of the BS and did increase. So far, they're increasing 1.73 million shares, 27.65% of the free float is being shorted. And that works out to be 243.26 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization is at 100%. 1%, and then cost to borrow average is 28.53%. Looking as far as this though, looking at options, $1.82 million in calls being purchased versus 544 in puts. Sentiment wise, 63% of all the options being done today are optimistic, and most of them look like it is just either call options for the $3.50 or $4 strike price, or puts at the $3 to $4 strike price. So again, if you guys don't know options, highly suggest in researching them. These are some of the transactions that have occurred on the secondary market above $100,000. So given the volume, I would have assumed that there'd be a lot more institutions physically buying it, or that there'd be more here. So that does lead me to believe that a lot of the volume being done today is either shorts or algorithmic trading, because the market will interpret that news that came out today as somewhat optimistic, so AI will kind of drive that higher. And when I do bring up this, so shorts now increasing a little bit more, so 1.7 million, that is net, so that does not mean them kind of swing trading this ultimately. But right here, these are some of the transactions that have occurred on the dark pool. So dark pool is a little bit more active than the secondary market, and no doubtably this is where you do see a lot of the short activity. But right now, with it at $2.94, it is below this S1 right here, so $2.97 is a very strong resistance. Well, right now it's kind of flirting with it, so we'll just have to wait and see how this does play out. But no doubtably, $2.72 is that very strong support, and then potentially this right here, this pivot point of $3.37, that's going to be a very strong resistance, because it did bounce off of that. So it's just going to trade within this range, a lot of volatility. So I think that this is good. The fact that an affiliate of the PIF is going to be getting a little bit more involved and has a stake in Lucid. But for current investors, it's not that great, because it does result in dilution. So let me know your thoughts on that. Again, I like to play devil's advocate, not to take away from this very positive day, but it's not overly the best news. So I think a lot of people on social media have the wrong mentality of what this is, because I see a lot of people just saying, this is amazing, more of this news, because I don't think they understand what truly is happening. But looking on the actual chart, it is flirting as well on the right here. So transition from the lower to the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band, and as well, it did bounce off that 50-day moving average, and typically Lucid always struggles with that, as you guys can kind of see right over here. And looking at stochastic, you do see a nice bullish deviation, so white line above the red, and as well, looking at momentum, you do see number of retail investors starting to get back in today. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Do you think I'm just being too, I guess, plain devil's advocate with this news, or do you think that there's some optimism? Of course, I'm looking at the conversion. Again, it does show a minimum conversion right here as $5.50, and it does have a cap at 200%. So that's again something to kind of consider. So as Lucid does go up, hopefully in the coming year or years, then again, you just have to take a mental note that they do have a cap, so there will be a significant amount of dilution at that stage. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, don't forget to take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for an account with Moo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So take advantage of this, link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.